Hey everybody, so I'm going through a terrible mental state, so naturally I was like, oh, let me hop right onto YouTube and let's get at this. So as some of you may know, I got kicked out of my house a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to let y'all know what's been going on in my life since I got kicked out, because it's been pretty crazy or whatever.
Anyway, so I'm homeless.
I want to tell y'all basically kind of why I got kicked out and everything. So my parents and I, we've been fighting over something that they did to me for a long while now, and I've just not forgiven them for what they did because it just is really messed up. I'm not gonna get into it because it's private stuff, but it was still just dang, y'all really did that to me. It's been an ongoing thing, and they just refuse to acknowledge that they've done something to me that hurt me, that really messed me up. Because of this thing that they've done, it's taken a toll on me for so long, but
they're innocent, they've never done anything wrong, they're angels, whatever.
So I told my mom that she was part of the problem, and she was like, what?
Me? I'm not part of the problem. I've never done anything to you before.
And I was like, I don't know who's gonna tell you, but you've done a lot of terrible things to your little son, to your little child. Good job, good parenting.
Snaps, snaps.
So I tell her that she's part of the problem, and then basically she just got really upset with me and was like, you're the problem, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girlie, let's calm down before we say these lies, because I'm not part of the problem. I am a little bit because they're my problems.
But
I'm not the reason that these problems are going on. That's my brain's fault, okay? It's not my fault my brain's the way that my brain is. And makes me can't get out of bed every day, makes me unable to do basic hygienic things. And I'm sorry that whenever I go into my parents' house, I just instantly get so sad, and the only thing that I can do is literally just go in bed and sit in bed and cry all day. That's all I do when I'm there. I literally just sit in bed and I'm just so severely sad. And I can't go in certain parts of my house because I'll literally get trauma flashbacks. Anyway, so my parents ended up going out to the store, and I stayed home, and I was just crying my eyes out. And then my mom came home and she was like,
why are you in here crying?
And I was like, because I don't want to live here. And then she was like,
well, you can move in with your grandma like you were going to.
And I was like, yeah, but grandma told me that I had to clean out my entire room before I leave, and that just was so stressful and devastating to me because I just wanted to get out right away. And when my grandma told me that, I just shut down, and I was just devastated, and I couldn't get out of bed all day because I felt like the whole world was just against me. And so we get into a big fight about the same stuff, about how she's part of the problem, how I can't live there. And then she's like,
you're not welcome here. Give me your key. Get out.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I took all my stuff. I called Abby.
My bestie Abby, my friend Abby.
And then, damn. Also, everybody, quick side note, I do want to let everybody know that me getting kicked out isn't just a one-way street, because I do want to let everybody know that I do recognize that there is some blame to be put on me, because due to an ongoing situation since the 5th grade where my parents did something that really has messed me up, they just refuse to recognize that what they have done is messed me up, and I've grown angry and very resentful towards them, so I don't treat them too terribly well all the time. And it has just built up to this point where I'm just so angry and furious with them. And then honestly, just looking at them makes me so sad, because it's really? You're supposed to be my parents. And it really doesn't feel like y'all are the people who are unconditionally loving me because of the thing that I'm talking about, which I'm not going to get into because it's personal, but whatever, And I wish that I just don't know anymore, guys. I hate to come on here and just sob, but it's all I do anymore. I'm just devastated. This whole everything is just devastated, and I wish that I could talk about it, and I wish that I could tell you everything, but I can't. Because I'm not ready, and I know that that's okay, and I know I don't owe anybody any explanation, but But I tell y'all everything that's going on in my life, and so I just wanted to let you know what was going on, but I do want to let everybody know that I do recognize that I am part of the problem, but you know, it's more so, but I just have a reason to be angry, and I promise that I do. And I promise that I'm not being just some shitty little teenage child. I promise it's not like that. And I know that I said somewhere in this video that I know that it's not my fault and everything, but I mean, I do recognize that some fault is mine. But I did find out today from my grandma that the main reason that I got kicked out of the house is basically because I'm depressed. Because when my grandma told me that I needed to wait and stay at that house before I could move in here so I could pack up my entire room and everything, I was really devastated. I stayed in bed and cried all day over that because I just wanted to get out. And then my parents and I, we got into that fight, and then I got kicked out, right, whatever. But the reason, according to my grandma, she said my mom told her was because I was just not doing anything and I was just laying in bed and crying all day. And when my grandma told me that, that really just devastated me because it's like, I don't even have any words. And I do feel like this video is kind of pointless, but I just wanted to share everything that was going on because I tell you everything, like I said. And I'm not asking for sympathy or anything. I promise, I'm not. I just wanted to share because I tell y'all everything. So, yeah, okay, back to the video. This video is literally a hot mess, my bad. I'm putting my stuff out into the driveway, and then Abby pulls up, and then I just go and I just open her car door and I sob into Abby's shoulder for a minute there because, you know, I just got kicked out of my house and it was really intense. But when I FaceTimed Abby, I was like, Abby, you're looking at America's newest homeless person. And she went, not you being homeless. I said, catch me under the bridge. And she said, don't play with me, I'll visit. I'll pop by once or twice. So Abby came to the rescue, saved the day, didn't know where I was gonna sleep, but then Abby said, on the way, so Abby clutch. So I packed the majority of my stuff into Abby's car and then go to Abby's, and then I stayed at Abby's for a while, and I would come back home to my parents' place to get more stuff. So then while I was staying with Abby and I were like, well, what do we do? Hey everybody, so it's me editing, and I just want to say that Abby and I were going to move to LA, but then we decided that LA wasn't the best choice because we should move somewhere better, cheaper, because of my current situation, and we're going to be partying up no matter what. So anyway, yeah. Hashtag poorest influencer ever. Not me being a low-key homeless influencer. I'm not homeless anymore. So then Abby and I, we both went to apply to Dunkin', and because I had experience with coffee before, the manager was like, okay, I want you to start first. And then she told Abby she was gonna call her in a week. So then I started and I was just working and doing my thing. And you know, I ended up really liking this job. I really liked my other job where I was making coffee, and then I'm just making coffee again. And that's so super fun. So I'm having the time of my life. And then I really like my coworkers, thank God. So I think everything is just kind of going well in the job department. And I'm feeling really thankful because, you know,
I'm going to the job, get money, and it's a distraction from my brain.
I have cried at work though. That was really intense. I was crying over my life at work because I was sitting there and I was just wiping the counter and I was like, wow, this is really how my life turned out. I think that sucks. I thought that when I was gonna be 18 years old around this time, I would be going to college, probably NYU or something, because I wanted to be a translator for the FBI. And I wanted to study Spanish and linguistics in college, but that's not happening anymore, babe, because my mental illness took over my junior year, and I dropped out and I went to online school, and then senior year, my mental illness just was taken over too. My junior year, I wasn't able to get out of bed for weeks at a time, and I was barely going to school, so I went to online school, and then senior year, basically was in the same boat, couldn't get out of bed, wasn't doing my online school because I literally couldn't, because my brain was like, you're worthless and you're terrible, and it was just telling me that all day, and I couldn't get out of bed because of that, and I couldn't get out of bed because of the way that I looked.
So that was really fun and super sexy for me.
But, you know, it is what it is, and this is the way things are, and it really makes me sad, and it really makes me emotional because this isn't the way that I wanted my life to go. But you know, I did get kicked out, and I'm not going to college, and I'm watching all these people that I grew up with go to college and live the dream that I really wanted to live, you know? But that's not what I'm got right now. That's not what's going on, and it's okay, and it really sucks, but it is what it is, and I just have to keep going forward because I have no other option. So, but after I got kicked out and while I was staying with Abby, I was able to do like more basic hygienic stuff, which I was really, really proud of. I was able to brush my teeth. Now that I'm at my grandma's, I've been able to brush my teeth and take out my contacts. Like, I hadn't taken my contacts out in months, and I have been taking my contacts out every night since I've been here. And I've only been here for 3 days, but still, that's such a huge thing for me. And I'm really proud of myself for being able to take showers and brush my teeth and take out my contacts and brush my hair and stuff like that. Let's talk more about Duncan. So I didn't think that I was gonna get recognized that much when I like started the job, but I've been getting recognized like almost every day I work, and it's so fun to meet y'all. It's literally the best thing. Y'all come through the drive-thru and y'all are like, wait, are you from TikTok? And I'm like, yes. And y'all are like, I love you. Christian, I love you.
And I'm like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Because I love you. And just meeting y'all has been literally the best thing ever. It's really been just so nice to meet y'all, because it's because of y'all that, you know, I have a lot of the blessings that I have. And even though a lot of things are going really like shitty right now, I still have y'all, and I'm so thankful for y'all, and I'm so thankful for all of the support that y'all have given me throughout this time. It's really meant a lot. Y'all are literally the loves of my life. I literally would be dead without y'all.
That's that on that, babe.
So a couple days ago, after staying with Abby for 2 weeks, I went back to my parents' place so I could pack up the rest of my stuff and move in with my grandma, because my room was pretty much packed up, and I got a job, so my grandma was like, okay, you can come. So while I'm there, I'm just really irritated with my parents, just really angry over the whole situation, because, you know, they kicked me out. They refused to recognize that they did anything wrong. They're blaming me, telling me that I'm the problem and all of this stuff. And it's just really upsetting to hear, and I'm just angry. So I wasn't being too terribly nice to them. And then we ended up getting into a big fight, and then my mom's like,
Well, get out, take all of your stuff. Take it all, take it all. And she was like, I'm not housing any of your stuff for you anymore, get rid of it.
and I was like, okay, like whatever. And I was like, you know, like y'all kicked me out. And then she went,
What? We never kicked you out. We never kicked you out, okay? We thought that you were gonna be gone for a day or two, but you just never came back.
and I was like, what? You literally took my house key, told me I wasn't welcome in the house anymore, and told me to get out. How else was I supposed to take that? That was very much me being kicked out of the house. But okay.
Go off, Mom. Do your thing.
So then I just called up my grandma after that fight, and I said, Grandma, come get me now. Like, I'm ready to go. She was like, okay, so your room's all packed up? Yes, Grandma. Okay, well, is your mom happy? No, we got into a big fight, Grandma. Oh, well, I'm not gonna come get you until you apologize. And I told her I wasn't gonna apologize to her because my mom did not deserve an apology. My dad did not deserve an apology. Nobody deserved an apology from me because I didn't do anything wrong. And I don't care if my entire family thinks that I'm in the wrong, if you think that I'm in the wrong, or if my friends think I'm in the wrong, because I know that I'm not in the wrong. I know I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done one thing wrong because I'm the child. I'm the one that got kicked out. I'm the one being told these awful things. I'm not the one who has done terrible things to their child. And then during my mom and I's fight, I was like, Mom, you literally told me to kill myself. So my mom and I had gotten to a previous fight like a long time ago. And I was like, school makes me want to kill myself. And she said, well, just go kill yourself then. And that's been on the mind heavy. You know, I think about that every single day because, like, actually, what the heck? And I brought it up to her and she was like,
Like, you know, I asked around. I asked 11 other parents, and they said that they would have said the same thing if their child kept going around saying that they want to kill themselves. I, too, would have told them to kill themselves in that situation.
girl, you're telling me you talked to 11 other terrible parents? Because why the hell would you ever tell your very much suicidal child to kill themselves?
That's just not sitting right with me. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. But if that's the way that your brain likes to work, that's on you.
My brain likes to work a little differently. And that's saying something, babe. Because this brain don't make a lot of sense.
But do your thing. Live your life. Have fun with it. Be yourself, Mom. Be yourself.
Typical mama. So after my grandma told me that I had to go apologize and I said no, I hung up on my grandma And I just sat in my bed and my mom was like, why are you still in this house? You need to get out. You need to take all of your stuff and leave. None of your stuff is staying here. You're not welcome here again. And she threw a tantrum. She threw my shoes on the bed. And it was just like,
girl, like, what is going on?
so I just sat in bed after that and I had no idea what to do. I didn't know where I was going to sleep that night. I was literally just like, I'm so defeated. I felt genuinely so defeated. I didn't know what to do. And I just decided to suck it up and apologize to my mom. Do I believe that she deserved an apology? No. But I wanted a place to sleep, you know, and wanted a place to live. And I didn't want to like live at a friend's house because I would feel just so terribly invasive. Because, you know, it's not like my fault or anything that I got kicked out. It's not my fault that my parents are crazy. So I came to my grandma's and being here has been really good. I have my own room, my own bathroom right there. And I've just been doing my thing, minding my business. I'm able to get dressed up, feel sexy, feel beautiful. I'm able to make more TikToks that are not just me sitting there going, I'm so sad, I don't want to be alive anymore. And that's been really good. It's been really nice to feel more like a person. And job-wise, the entire time that I haven't been living at home, I've been able to wake up early, like 5 a.m. to go into work at 6. I didn't even wake up that early for school, but I can do that now. I'm not in that house and I can wake up early, go to my job, actually do it and be fine. It sounds small, but it's literally so giant for me. And I'm just really happy that I can finally do that I can finally get out of bed and do something that I need to do and be a functioning human being. And yeah, every day is still so terrible. I'm still sad at work. I'm still sad at home. I'm still sad wherever I am, but I can function way better. And the sadness is different. It's not as heavy. It's not as gross. It's not as terrible. And it's been really, really, really nice to not just sit around and sulk all day and just feel the energy in the house be so terrible and negative and just feel like I'm being constantly consumed by all this sadness because of, you know, the four walls that I'm in, the bed that I'm in, the house that I'm in, and being trapped in so much toxicity. Now, living with my grandma, it really isn't honestly the ideal situation because she is a lot on my parents' side, but, you know, it is a step up and I'm still trying to get out and move somewhere else, and I hope that I'm able to soon. And now we're here. Now I'm at my grandma's. Now I'm doing a lot better. Now I'm functioning, but I'm still really sad because this is still really hard for me. It really just sucks because I don't have a family. The family that I had, I don't have anymore. I just do not have a family, and it really, really sucks. And it makes me sad, but it is the way that it is, and I just have to keep going, you know? And that's all that I keep telling myself is I have to keep going because I have y'all. Y'all have literally saved my life so much, and not me crying, not me getting emotional, but y'all have saved my life so much. And during me getting kicked out, you know, I was just coping with the internet, the typical thing that I love to do. And y'all were just so kind and supportive. I honestly don't know how I would do so much of this life without y'all, without the support and kindness from each and every one of you. I feel like my whole life I've just been so unwanted and terrible, and I still feel terrible.
Unwanted and awful and just like I'm the worst person alive. But
I'll read these DMs from y'all and y'all tell me that I'm making a change in your life and that I can make you feel better and I can make you forget about all the terrible things for 15 to 60 seconds. Or you can relate to me, or you can relate to a situation that I've gone through or I'm going through. And you just think it's nice to be able to see somebody else going through something similar or acting the same way or being just fucking crazy and sexy and perfect and better than everybody else. That's all I want to do. I just want to make people feel better. I just want to make people feel like they're not alone. I want to make people feel normal, like they're not the craziest people in the world. Now, I know this video seemed probably kind of quick. It's just such a watered down version of everything that is going on. But I wanted to let everybody know what was going on since I got kicked out, and that I am doing a lot better now since I'm out of such a toxic environment. Hey everybody, so a friend of mine made a GoFundMe for me so I could get money to get an apartment and get out of this shitty situation since, you know, I got kicked out or whatever. And I just want to let you know that you don't have to donate or anything, but a lot of you have been. Ignore the thunder outside. Why is nature against me? Why is everything against me? Anyway, a lot of you have been wanting to give me money, but I feel like cash apping me is weird and like dirty, and I just feel like I'm taking your money like that. But this way I feel like y'all are knowing that it's going to an apartment and everything. And my friend set up the whole thing, and she was like, I'm gonna do this, and I was like, oh my god, no. And she was like, yes, I'm doing this, and I was like, oh my god, thank you, I love you. So I'm gonna link the GoFundMe down below, and I literally feel like awful about it. I was literally like crying about it before I started filming this because I hate that I am even in this situation in the first place, and it's just like feels so dirty of me to be like, can I have help? But I need help. I do need help. And I know this whole video I said that I was doing better, and I am doing better. I can function like a normal human being, but today was really, really hard. I had a terrible meltdown, and I'm really not doing well, but I am doing better because I can function. But this is all just still really, really, really hard. Getting kicked out and everything, that it just my life is just really shitty. It's just like perpetually awful. And it's just like, it just gets old. And not me crying on the internet, but like typical, like, we get a girl, like, you have problems, like, shut up. Anyway, I'm gonna do some shameless self-promotion because I need to end this video, and I know I'm crying, but like, get over yourself. You've seen me cry before. Anywho, so if you want to order a cameo, please go order a cameo. They're 15 bucks, and you know, that's another way to support me, and then you're getting something in return. And I really like talking to y'all, and if I don't answer your cameo in the 3 days allotted, I'll request a rebook. You know, like, I'm mentally ill and I have a lot going on in my life right now, so I don't always have the time to like do them, but I still want to talk to you. Like, I really, really love making cameos, so it's nothing personal if I don't do your cameo on time. I'm gonna request a rebook. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's all gonna be linked down below. I don't know, if you want to know more about me, fucking search me up on the internet. I think I'm out there somewhere, whatever. Anyway, I love y'all so, so much. I want you to know that you are also wanted and needed and loved, and I am so glad that you're here. And if you're going through something similar that I'm going through right now, or if you have gone through something similar, or maybe you will go through something like this, I just want to let you know that I love you and that I support you. Anyway, I love you all so, so much. You're all so worthy and needed and loved, and you're perfect. I love you, bye.